Hello and welcome to Fashion Report Friday, the weekly video series trying to get you the most MGP humanly possible from the Mandeville Gold Saucer every Friday when judging begins for the Fashion Report minigame. This is week 199 and this time around the theme is Hot Under the Collar. Individually, we have the clues The Conqueror for our hands, Pretty in Pantaloons for our legs, Primal Revival for our feet, and Leather for our necklace slot, very specifically leather there. In this video, we'll have a 100 score, an 80 with dies, and then the easiest 80 possible. Without further ado, let's hop onto that 100. Alrighty then, so for 100 score, quite simply, the first item you need to worry about is your gloves, obviously, for that The Conqueror. For this, I went for the Blood Hempen Arm Guards of Striking. These are gloves that you can obtain from Norlays in the Pillars of Ishgard. You can get these from the level 60 Battlecraft tab of that, and those will cost you 19,994 gil. This does, of course, put us into a striking situation, but I can confirm that scouting will also work, and yeah, that's pretty much where we're going to go with that. Scouting or striking because of the other slots. I'm not sure about the other roles if those work, but those definitely will work. Alternatives to this particular slot then include the Conqueror's Arm Guards, which is actually something you can get from Saw Kai or Hullbreaker Isle hard mode dungeon, or you can go for the Subjugator's Arm Guards from the same dungeons, or indeed the Ghostbark Arm Guards of Healing should work. Again, these last three haven't been tested from the Siren Song C. But of course, the Blood Hempen Arm Guards of Striking are from a vendor, very easily purchased. So that's the first item. Second of all, we have some legs then. These are the Rammy Trousers of Striking. You can get these once again from Norlays in the Pillars of Ishgard. This is from the level 54 tab of Disciple of War for 12,638 gil. These were pretty much guaranteed to work. Alternatives to this include the Rammy Trousers of Scouting and Aiming as well. Those will also give you gold rating for this slot. I haven't tested anything beyond those, so I'm not really comfortable listing the rest off. But there are probably other stuff that works as well for the pantaloons, but those three definitely work. For the boots then, I went for the Augmented Hellfire Sabatons of Striking. This is obtainable from his Meoni in Idleshire, from the Poetic vendor there, the vendor in the middle. These will cost you 345 poetics from the Augmented tab, the first one. So it'll be Disciple of War 1 or Disciple of Magic 1, depending on which direction you're going. Basically, any of the augmented or original primal poetics boots will work. Doesn't matter what they are. I went for the striking ones because of course we're going for striking for our hands and our legs there, which is locking us behind, obviously monk and samurai. So I've done the same with these boots. But I am assured that all of the other ones from that vendor that are primal related, such as the Hailstorm boots and Torrent boots and Slipstream, all will work. But of course, that's just for this slot. We will need to have something relatable. So I would probably recommend the striking, scouting, or aiming ones in particular. And lastly, we have for the clue leather, the leather choker. This is probably the easiest item of the entire week and one we can take forward into the easy 80, etc., which is equipable by all classes in the game, both genders, level 5 and above. Probably one of the lowest level items we've seen in Fashion Report. This is something you can craft with Leather Worker, very basic Leather Worker, or you can get this from an NPC that's actually next to Gwalter. If you remember, I used that NPC quite a bit in the Sapphire Avenue Exchange area. Next to Gwalter is Lolanu, that's the NPC name, basically a jewelry crafting NPC. You can get this for 88 gil from the field option of that vendor. Very, very hard to argue with 88 gil, isn't it? And that's pretty much the 100 score. Yeah, there are some alternatives, but for the most part, striking, scouting, and aiming clearly get the advantage. But maybe you're not interested in the 100, you just want 80 as fast as possible so you can get your maximum MGP. Let's move on to that 80 with dies. Alrighty then, so for our 80 with dies, we actually get quite a bit more than that. But with our 80 with dies then, essentially any gear in a game that's dieable, make sure something's in every single slot of gear. I went for Million Corn Yellow, which is on our weapon. Our helm needs to be Chestnut Brown. Our chest needs to be Million Corn Yellow. Our gloves need to be Roland Berry Red dye. Our legs need to be Gunmetal Black. And our boots Pearl White. So the Pearl White and Gunmetal Black will set you back a fair amount of Skybuilder scripts, 500 each to be precise, or alternatively from the market board. Apart from that, the rest of those dies are vendor purchased, which is good news for us and will allow us to get pretty far with our easy 80 as well. So that was your die options, not too bad, and there is no super expensive cash shop dies there. The only reason I got that extra few points here is because I forgot to unequip this particular choker, which apparently also works for gold, but you'll get 80 guaranteed if you have something equipped in every slot and you follow those specific dies. Right, let's move on to the easiest 80 possible of the week. Alrighty then, for the easiest 80 possible, as you can see, I've equipped that leather choker straight away. That's something that you need to go and grab. That level 5 and above choker from Lolnu or whatever the NPC that you choose. I chose that one, Lolnu, in the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. Stood next to Gwalter for 88 gil from the Fieldcraft option on that vendor. Probably the best and cheapest option we've ever seen for an 80 score on Fashion Report. Very, very, very affordable, very easy to get. And then what I've done is essentially I have dyed any helm in the game Chestnut Brown, and then any gloves in the game Roland Berry Red. With those two dyes, so Chestnut Brown, vendor purchased on your helm, any helm in the game, and Roland Berry Red on any gloves in the game, with something in every single other slot, as well as that leather choker, you are guaranteed to get an 80 score, 100%. It's very easy. I think this is probably one of the easiest 80s I've ever done. Yeah, definitely go and do this. This is going to be incredibly useful for alts as well. Let's see. So the vendor purchase of Chestnut Brown is 216 gil, as far as I remember. Same as Roland Berry Red. So, you know, just a little over 500 gil or thereabouts 500 gil. And then you've got 88. So you're going to be spending maximum of about 600 gil to actually do an easy 80. If you don't have 600 gil on one of your alts or whatever, then at level 5 and above, then I don't know what to say. Anyway, thank you so much to Kaya Co-Star and the rest of the people who contribute towards this weekly, including the Reddit team. I will link the Reddit thread for Theory Crafting in the description as usual for you to go and give some love and upvotes and all that stuff. But thank you so much to everybody worldwide for making this stuff possible, and thank you for watching these videos. We're nearly at our 200th episode, which is absolutely bizarre, covering every single week since this came out in video form. Anyway, much love, enjoy the rest of your day, enjoy your weekend if you have anything planned for that, and I'll indeed see you all next time. Bye bye.